fun sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The final playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Now the first carry for Ronald Jones. And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
You don't get no time.
On third down, Winston.
What?
Side, he's got it complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
How did not
A third down gain of 19.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Jameis to throw it. And Winston lost the football. This is picked up by the Saints. The 20. And he's into the end zone. A fumble return and a Saint touchdown. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is fielded a couple yards deep. He'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a...
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 33 yards that time.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what I can't miss was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Winston, a handoff. This is Jones. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
Hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. coaching staff takes a peek. We'll take a break. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's Winston. And it's caught. And he's out to the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. O.J. Howard, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
And a play here for a touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. Oh, good move. Here come the Saints for their opening drive. And out will come the leader of this offense, and that, of course, is their signal caller.
What I enjoyed this week is that you asked to talk to his offensive center before the game and find out a little bit more about him and what the relationship is. And that was a pretty positive story, wasn't it?
Yeah, and really what I took away from that is just how it has permeated throughout the entire offensive line, the relationship they've had. It's really a group that's in sync.
They care about him. That's the thing. They really care. And when you care that much, you're going to play that much harder for him and give him a better chance to lead the team to wins.
The numbers for him from a week ago. 10 carries, 132 yards. 2nd and 3.
He could very well be on his way to a rushing title, but guess what? His offensive line, they're meeting separately because they want that rushing title as much as he does. They want to make sure they get him there.
That one covers 29 yards. 1st down. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10. Down at the 33. Now a handoff here to his running back. He's got a 1st down and much more inside the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great effort there with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Saints have taken the lead.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strike ability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that? Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Yeah, they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Here's Jones. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. A 4-yard pickup that gets him going forward, but still 15 yards left on 3rd down. 3rd and long for Winston. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down.
Boy, they have a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're 4th and management.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And he'll give it here to his running back. He's got a first down and then some in midfield. And finally brought down at the 43. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it, because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
And they'll try the jet sweep here. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 10 yards, good for a Saints first down.
That play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
The ball comes out, and the ball ends up out of bounds, so it'll be a loss on the play. Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. The Saints with the football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a second and 14 upcoming. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now a first carry for their fullback. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
He'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
We have so many different terms for third down, third and short, third and long, third and manageable. How about third and medium? Because that's what this one was. The defense looked like they had him hemmed in, but he gets away, evades the rush, and picks up just enough for the first down.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Being chased out left, and it's a fumble, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he's going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
Should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the same point.
Here's what hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
Now a first down carry by Jones. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
This stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that as the defense might be a little bit off balance. He'll pick up another first down with that run.
And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that one.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And he's going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. He has just been a load for opposing offenses to account for. Now 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Now this throw caught left side. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on third down. They'll look to throw. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. The 21 yards there as they convert on third. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you at important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to find another down.
Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. He'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Credit the sack to Vita Vea. Here we go with Kamara. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
Stop.
It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. I got to tell you, I'm shocked. When I realized they were running the football at 4th in that distance, I thought that was a surefire throw.
I can hear it in your voice because I'm the exact same way. No one runs the football in this situation, right? You've got to throw it to have the chance unless you're them. Talk about supreme confidence bordering on arrogance, and they got it done keeping the ball on the ground to pick up the first down. Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. They'll set up to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. Down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line.
My feet not so
gain
play
of
call.
7 that time. Second goal.
When you see zone defense and you know you got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down. They've gotten it to the 1. Can they get that final yard here on 3rd and goal? And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. It's the fullback. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Looks good on the extra point. And it's now 21-7. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And they will not get a chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. And this offense trotting back onto the field. Let's turn our attention here to Ronald Jones. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him What's that they used to call it, the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed them the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. A first down throw for Winston. He'll find Jones again, complete.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Looking to throw again on second down. Winston, and that'll be incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for, and it's third and short.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together.
Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. Past the 20. 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Lutz with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
On first and 10, Winston. Caught by Jones. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. To throw, Winston. And down he goes. A coverage sack. Took too long to get rid of it. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. And Diggs has it. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Now that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are. Yet he steps out of bounds. That close. Not their best play.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want...
And got his man complete. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. They'll throw now on the final play. They'll let this go for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the 2nd half. This is taken at his 4. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Second and 9 now. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 37.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. And they give this time to the tailback. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Shaquille Barrett in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Looking to throw. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Buccaneers' defense holds, and they get the football back. So a tough pill to swallow there. A would-be touchdown pass in and out of his hands on 4th.
Sometimes it just comes down to execution, doesn't it? Because we're always questioning, should they go for it, should they not? Is it the right play call, is it not? In this situation, everything was right except for the finish. You have to catch the ball and convert.
Jameis now, 14 out of 17, 82%, and it's 1st and 10. To throw is Winston. And Winston lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute this.
And the ball is knocked out. And this is picked up by the Saints. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And he's into the end zone. A fumble return and a Saint touchdown. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
Alonso looked to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I were down there. We could hear the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
Now on 2nd and 13, Winston. That's caught by Howard. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do. And it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put it up in the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything. Change it up, because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
Yeah, that's a 48-yard punt with the coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone. And now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage. And, again, that second score here in the third quarter. 2nd and 6. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Carl Nassib coming in to drop it for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Oh, man.
Gets to him again. A surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and now the football's going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line. Winston. Looking for Godwin, and he's got it complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. With the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about
and he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Ronald Jones, his 11th touchdown of the year, and the Bucs are able to cut into that deficit.
And while no one on the offensive line will get the 6 points next to their name, they should be credited with this one. Tremendous blocking to get the runner into the end zone.
Extra point right down the middle, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. This is taken at its 4. Then he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So here are the Saints to take over. They've got the lead yet again in this ball game with their winning streak right now sitting at 10. They go play action here on 1st down. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Throws right side, and that's complete. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. It's 11th touchdown of the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just... Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And the fake attempt here not going to work. Got a little yardage, but not enough to get to the goal line.
Partner, that type of a lead, and they're going to fake it from the 15 to try and pick up a 2-point play instead of kicking it through the post. Come on, man. Put that in mothballs. Come on.
What?
Come on. Don't do that.
Put that in mothballs?
Yeah, preserve that for it. That's an ancient relic. Faking it. I can understand you rub it in a little. You fake it when you snapped it from the 3. But from the 15, mothball that bad boy, just like my grandmother had.
Yeah,
in her attic, the stuff she used to preserve.
It smelled terrible. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line.
Man on man.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. They'll go again to Jones. And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they're plenty of leg.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Back now in Tampa. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And he backs it away, and it falls down incomplete. Jordan Lewis right there on the coverage. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
They'll look to throw here. And he comes back with one complete. 14 yards is the pickup. 1st down, New Orleans. Now a handoff here to his running back. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They'll set up a throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the 1st. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Gotta have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Eric Armstead in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Going for it has paid off twice already on this drive. Can they convert again on 4th down? Let's see.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Throwing right, and that's complete. 14 yards is the pickup. 1st down, New Orleans. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a 1st down. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Saints 1st down there on a gain of 11.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. 2nd and 5. He's got it. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked into the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Touchdown, Saints.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear the...
It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
She's going. She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
And what a drive that was. 16 plays all told. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run.
You did. You did.
After the touchdown, wants to kick it off.
Man, this shit is funny.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 24. Jameis to throw it. And Winston lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he's into the end zone. A fumble return and a Saint touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation. The first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it. But you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it. And that's what you don't want to do.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Winston. It's complete to Diggs. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 2 jump plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the shotgun, it's Winston. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make this a 2nd down. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off around the 27. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans.
That boy Richard had a hell of a year.
Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? And he said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or 2.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
What's good on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
Be honest.
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going
Exactly.
forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
You're not going to want that feeling again.
you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
A second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone, following a pickup of about 7 or 8. That one looks like he'll throw here.
Oh, I was
To escape, and he goes down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
like the fucking real drive. Like I got a
Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down. Now back to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. He'll look to throw. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. 2nd and 11. Throwing middle, and it's complete. The 10-yard completion, but still now facing 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw.
Oh, bro, I just threw it up.
He goes down. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Saints, the perfect season remains intact as they move to 11-0 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5-6. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.